What's good, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be showing off our gigantic bobblehead collection. We have some really cool ones in here that we want to show off with you, tell some stories about how we got them, but let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. First bobblehead I'm showing off, we've got a 2018 Max Scherzer two-time Cy Young Award winner bobblehead. This is a cool one. I love when they have little things like this showing off accolades and achievements that they've celebrated in their career, and obviously we miss Max a lot here in DC. He was the man in town. Love the detail with the two different color eyes there. Just a really cool looking bobblehead. And again, like I was saying, I love when they're showing off awards and stuff like that. It's super cool.
Starting off for me, we got the Chauncey Leopardi Squints bobblehead. We got this from a Potomac Nationals game. So sick. I love the Sandlot. Got a selfie with him too, the actor, because he was there. I'll pop that up real quick, but sick bobblehead.
Next up, we've got one that only OG Nats fans will know. The Chief, Chad Cordero. Shout out Connor Smith, Chief's biggest fan. This was a really cool story how I got this bobblehead. Liam and I were at a Potomac Nationals game, and there was a bobblehead giveaway that night. I'm not sure who it was, but we knew that there would be this guy here who trades bobbleheads. We're not big in the bobblehead community, but apparently that's a big thing, trading to acquire all the bobbleheads and get the ones that you want. So I think I brought a Tanner Roark bobblehead because I had some extras of those, and I knew this dude would have some Chad Corderos because he always had a huge stack with him at Peanuts games. And I was like, I like Chad Cordero. I've got too many Tanner Roarks. I'm gonna trade for this sick Chief bobblehead, one of my favorites.
Here we have the Barry Bonds Pirates bobblehead. We actually got this at one of the Potomac Nationals stadium closing sales. So I'm not sure the exact game where this was given away, but got a super sick deal on it because it was a total blowout stadium sale. They were giving away everything they had in the stadium, including a bunch of these bobbleheads. So super cool to have.
Next up, we've got one of the wackier bobbleheads you'll probably ever see. Probably the weirdest one I have in my collection. This is also a minor league giveaway. Trey Turner, the Roadrunner bobblehead. I'm not sure what year they did this in Potomac, but obviously Trey was a big deal for the Nats at the time. He had just gotten called up and everyone was freaking out about how fast he was. So they put his head on the Roadrunner's body, and this was the result. Kind of scary looking from some angles, but I still think it's a pretty cool bobblehead. Definitely sells for a lot online.
Here we got a Victor Robles Potomac Nationals bobblehead. Victor is the absolute boy, always has been so friendly to us. So want to show this off. We have him robbing a home run, which he actually did in a game in Single A when he was with the Potomac Nationals. OG fans will know that, but not a lot of people do, but super cool to have.
Shaking it up, getting a non-Nats bobblehead in there. We've got this Brooks Robinson one. I got this at a Nats O's game in Camden in 2019. I was there with my mom and my brother, and that was the giveaway that night. It was a great game. The Nats won. I do remember Juan Soto fouled a ball off of his foot and then hit the farthest home run I have ever seen on the very next pitch. I think Statcast said it was 444 feet. But anyway, super cool. Not showing off the spikes or the cleats on the bottom really, but Brooks Robinson, old-time third baseman, great defender, better person, cool bobblehead.
So here we have a Sean Casey bobblehead. Sean Casey was a former All-Star in the late 90s, early 2000s. He actually works for MLB Network now. And I actually have a pretty cool connection with Sean Casey. My mom went to high school with him, so I've met him a couple of times. Haven't told him about the channel yet, but maybe one day he could hook it up with some cool access for a video.
Next up, we've got another Nats legend, Jason Worth. This was part of the Nationals 2015 bobblehead series. It was a really cool thing they were doing that year. They were celebrating their 10-year anniversary of moving to DC. So what they did is they had these bobbleheads commemorating some of the greatest moments in their 10 years since coming here. This one is recreating Jason Worth's walk-off home run in Game 4 of the 2012 NLDS. If you're a Nats fan, you definitely know what game we're talking about. We'll throw up a picture of him jumping into home plate. But one of the greatest moments in Nationals history, enshrined with a bobblehead, courtesy of Masson. But Jason Worth, what a Nationals legend, awesome bobblehead.
So this really isn't a bobblehead, but the Nationals actually did this for a couple players. Jason Worth, Rendon, maybe one more, but it's actually a garden gnome of Anthony Rendon, Tony Two Bags, Nationals legend. We miss him in DC, but this is still super cool to have.
No place like home. Okay, next up, we've got Daniel Murphy 2017 Nats bobblehead. I remember going to this game with my friend Mo, who you've definitely seen on this channel before. It was a great game. The Nats won on a walk-off hit by none other than Daniel Murphy. It was a pretty great game. I think we actually got a bobblehead, extra bobblehead each from these fans that didn't want them. We were running around the ballpark, ended up sitting behind the Phillies dugout when it was all said and done, but this was a great game to be at.
So here we have a Daniel Nava Portland Sea Dogs, which is the Red Sox AA team bobblehead. And Nava, not a lot of people may know about him, but he was a huge part of the 2013 World Champion Red Sox. He hit like 300 that year. And I've always been a huge fan of Nava because, first of all, he was the same like height and weight as me, which is always cool to see a player with similar attributes. And he was also a switch hitter like me. And he has a super impressive story of how he got to the big leagues. Came up as like a pretty old rookie, 28, 29, which is super old to be a rookie. He actually hit a grand slam on the first major league pitch he saw, which is incredible, but he was a total underdog. Look up his story if you don't know about it yet, but signed for like no money with the Red Sox. Super inspirational player, and so cool to have this bobblehead.
And finally, we've got one more OG National that real fans should be recognizing the name of, Michael Morris. Take on me, aha. He's hitting the signature little knee. I don't know what he's doing in this pose, but he would always do that in the on-deck circle before he went up to bat. Everyone knew his walk-up song, Take on Me. And I love the detail on this bobblehead. You can see this tattoo he used to have on the back of his left arm. Just super cool. Like I said, I love when they have awards or stuff or accolades, achievements listed on the bobblehead, but something like this, an iconic pose, you always do that in the on-deck circle. Also super cool. This is one of my favorite bobbleheads ever.
So we both have this bobblehead. When the Potomac Nationals announced that they were giving this away, we went crazy. We saved the date. We got there 2 hours before the gates opened. But Pedro Severino bobblehead, our boy. We ran the Pedro pack on Instagram for him. Pedro has been one of our boys since 2014. Always been super friendly to us. Nicest guy in baseball, Pedro Severino. So some other bobbleheads we have without too crazy of a story behind them. We're gonna go into those right now. But pretty much all these were stadium giveaways. That's how we got them. Denard Span, David Price, President Bill Taft, Jordan Zimmerman, Juan Soto, Bryce Harper, Rookie of the Year, Jordan Zimmerman, no-hitter, Ian Desmond as a National, J.J. Hardy on the Orioles, Jim Palmer, Niger Morgan, Nationals legend, Wilson Ramos, the Buffalo, Ryan Zimmerman, 08 walk-off commemorative.
Some of mine we didn't get to, Davey Johnson, 2012 Manager of the Year, Anthony Rendon, Adam Eaton. Got a few Ryan Zimmermans here. A couple of Bryce Harpers. Gio Gonzalez. Some more Trey Turners. Victor Robles with the 2019 World Series champions on the base. Sean Doolittle, a pair of Steven Strasburgs, Max Scherzer commemorating his first no-hitter, Tyler Clippard, Clip and Save, OG Nat, Patrick Corbin, and Jason Worth. That's gonna do it for today's video, guys, but if you did enjoy this collection, make sure to check out the description. We're gonna link some of our other collection videos. We did a jersey collection, game used memorabilia collection, and if you wanted to see those other bobbleheads we didn't get around to or didn't talk about as much, make sure to hit like. We might do a part 2 of this video.
Keep rolling, let's go.